Hey, YouTube, what's going on? Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of day it is when you decide to log into YouTube. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. I haven't been on in a while. I'm actually driving. I'm working in an area that I have never worked before. And I got up here 2 days ago. This is my last day. And I figured I would go ahead and record a little bit of what has been going on. As you guys know, the life of a life insurance agent in the field, man, talk about the ups and downs of emotions and activity and people. So it's the end of the month, and it's been kind of a crazy month this month with, family, doctor's appointments, being sick, whatever, everything. And I wanted to make sure that I, could hit some pretty good numbers for the end of the month. Normally, what I would do when something like that happens is I'll get about 30 or 40 leads outside of the house, drive about 3 or 4 hours away from home so I can just focus directly on the field. And usually I get the 8 to 10,000 in production that I need in a couple days. Wow. Let me just let you guys know that did not happen this trip at all. Now, the trip is not over. I am still hopeful. I am still positive. But oh my goodness, let me tell you. So first day I get up here, and I got all my leads in order. I have everything set up, and first I'm uncomfortable, right? I'm uncomfortable because I'm in a different area. I don't know anybody up here. I don't know where the restaurants or the food is. I don't know anything. I don't know how the people are going to be. I don't know what type of people are going to be up here. Like, nothing. So I'm just wide open, ready to serve the people. So I door knocked a couple houses, and I got up here a little bit later in the day, so I was only able to hit about 5 doors. A couple people were not home. The first person that I had a chance to talk to, he was completely mentally off his rocker. And the crazy thing is that he was actually taking care of a lady. She wasn't young, but taking care of another woman who was mental, and he managed her bills. And this guy, I felt bad talking to him. He was that off. So I asked him if there was anybody else that could help him, with his bills and everything. And he was just like, no, and it was just too much. So I went ahead and left him. Went to my next house. Nobody was home. I went to another lead, and it was another man. And as soon as I got to the door, he just opened the door and let me in. He's like, "Oh, come on in." And I'm thinking, okay, that's nice. And then he's like, "Come on, we can sit at the table. I'm gonna go ahead and put my cigarette out. What's going on? What are you here for? Whatever." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm from Lincoln Heritage, and I'm up here to love on you guys and help you with your final expenses, to see what we need to do to get you guys set up for your family." He said, "Oh, okay, that is great. I love that. That's what I need." I'm like, okay. So I get to talking, and my presentation is not long at all. I just ask a couple questions in the beginning so I can get a feel for if they're doing cremation or burial, if they have any other life insurance that we'd be working with. Then I ask the medical questions so I can see if their final expense are modified, and that's what I do. And then I go into, who we are and how we're going to be able to help the family. I tell you, I get into the helping the family part. This man starts bawling. He is just crying. He tells me, he just was, about to lose his life this past weekend. Now, this was a Tuesday. And he said Saturday he got paid, and he took his $240 and went and bought crack. And he binged all weekend. I felt so bad for this man. And he was just praising the Lord, and he knows scripture, he knows God, and he's just like, that's the only reason why I'm here. And just going through it. So I had to stop, and I said, "Well, I'm sorry, but are you high now?" Because I can't service him if he's high. And he was like, "No, I'm broke now. Now I got to go back to work." And I just, he just was crying. He's like, "I really need this." And so I asked him if there was anybody else that could help him, manage his bills, because I'm not writing the business if they're not going to pay it. And he said he does have a payee, and, he gets money. He gets about, 200 and 220 to 250, every 2 weeks or whatever. And they take the rest of his money. So he's getting a good bit of money a month, on, you know, because they're paying all his bills, and then he gets that for pocket money every 2 weeks. I was like, wow. So I have to call the payee. So he wrote everything down, and he wants to get it, but I have to get the money from the payee. So that was my Tuesday. By the time I left him, it was, you know, time for me to find a hotel and get some rest so that I could be fresh for Wednesday. So that was Tuesday. So Wednesday, yesterday, get up. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a great day. And I'm noticing that all of the leads are in this same area. And what I mean by same area, I mean projects, a lot of projects, drug activity, very depressed area. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm gonna just go ahead and do what we do. We just gonna go to work. Not think about it, just go to work. So I'm knocking. I done went through all of my leads because their houses are so close together. So literally 2 to 3 minutes from each house or complex, you know, project complex, whatever. Nobody's home. I'm like, where are these people at, first of all? So I pull over. I'm like, okay, let me regroup. I call one of the agents. I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's going on with you today? Where you working? So I just taking my mind off of what I was going through. And so got to, you know, talk to another agent and kind of helped her through what she was going through. And I said, all right, well, let me go ahead. I was taking a little quick break. Let me go ahead and, you know, go back and deal with my leads. And so we got off the phone and we only stayed on for about 10 minutes. It was real quick. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and call through these leads. So I took another hour and 10 minutes and I called through every single one of those leads, and I called them 2 to 3 times because I figured, well, they're probably not answering because they don't know my extension, my phone number, because I'm in an area code of 260. My area code is 412. So I called a couple times in a row so they would know that it's not a mistake that I'm calling. I'm really trying to reach them. Still, nobody wants to answer their phone. Okay. I didn't leave any voicemails. I said, all right, Chris, go ahead and re-knock the doors. So I pull out at a little parking lot that I was sitting in and go around this bend. And don't you know, this little old white guy on a cane is like, looks like he's trying to walk to go around this vehicle, falls, almost hits my truck. I'm like swerving out, like, oh my God, this man almost hit me, but I'm driving, so it would have been bad had he hit the truck, because, you know, you just never know. And I'm looking through my window, my mirrors, and I'm like, the cars behind me are just going past this man laying in the street. Now my conscience was like, oh my God, if I see somebody hit this man and I seen him fall and didn't help, it would just torment me. So I U-turn in the middle of the street. And then I see the 2 people behind me, and they're men. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't you guys stop and help this guy? Whatever. Again, the area that I'm in. And I turn around and I pull up, like, on that side of the road with the blinkers, so people would have to go around me and not hit this man. And I'm down there and I'm asking him, you know, is everything okay? You know, what's wrong? And all I smell is alcohol. I was like, you've got to be kidding. This poor dude is drunk. It is 2:30 in the afternoon, guys. 2:30. So I go and I'm looking at him, and I'm like a germphobe a little bit, just a little bit. And I'm like, oh my God, he's like, you know, blood all over him because he just fell and he messed up his knuckles and his arm, and there's like blood on the ground. And I'm thinking, I'm not touching that blood. I'm sorry, guys, I'm just not. So I'm literally like grabbing his shirt and like pulling him up from the back of his shirt. Sorry, that's just what I was going to do. And then finally 2 men come. I was like, oh, you know, we'll help you. And I'm like, listen, I'm not even from up here. I don't know who to call or where to call or what to do. This man is drunk. He is trying to drive. You know, don't let him drive. You know, I have work to do. I can't sit here with you guys, but thank you for stopping and helping this man. And the guy's like, I only got to go 3 blocks. You know, I'll make it. No, you won't. And I'm driving around here. You're not going to run into me. So that was the start of the second half of my day yesterday. After running and not catching nobody home, I was like, this is interesting. So I get around to my next house, and I'm knocking, still nobody home. I'm riding past. I see my sticky notes still on the doors. And I'm like, okay. And again, I mean, it was only about an hour or two since I had knocked them. But I'm just doubling back. I swear, guys, I was like, these people are not home. I don't know where they are. I am not going back to my hotel room. Sorry, I'm looking around. I'm driving. I'm trying to find my house. But I was not coming back to this hotel last night without a check, without an app, without something. It just is not going to happen when I'm 5 hours away from home, almost 6 hours from home. Not going to happen. I promise you guys. So I'm driving around and I'm looking, and I see on the left-hand side of me an apartment building, and there's these little old ladies sitting out on there. They got the little chairs sitting out at the apartment, just like in a underpass. Man, when I tell you, Christine pulled up into that apartment complex, rolled up on them old ladies, wound my window down. I was like, which one of you ladies need me? They was like, what? Well, what you got, baby? What you got? I said, I'll be right back. I pulled around the corner, came back, parked in a little apartment visitation parking, grabbed 4 apps, complete packets, and I walked up on them ladies and I said, listen, I am helping all the loved ones up here with their cash insurance benefit and family support services. Have you guys heard about it? The one lady said, well, wait a minute, let me see what the folder looked like, because that green shirt, I think my age got a green shirt like that. And I said, and I showed her the folder. She said, I got that. That's Lincoln Heritage. I said, yes, ma'am. So you got the best benefit. And I said, you got your ID cards filled out so that your loved ones know that they need to call us? She said, I didn't get no ID cards. So I stopped. I called Lincoln real quick. I asked the lady what her name was and her information. And I told Lincoln that she needed to get a new packet. And she said, baby, bless your heart, because I didn't even know. I'm going to call and cuss my agent out. So I went ahead and called her agent for her, and we was messing on his voicemail. I'm not going to say his name, but he got the message. Boom, boom, boom. 3 policies. 2 were direct express. It's okay. 1 of them was a check. Good to go. That's okay. Great. By the time I was done with those ladies and talking to a couple of the other men that were coming in and out of the apartment building, it was 8 o'clock. And I felt good about my day. So that was yesterday. Now here's today. Today is the last day I'm in the field. And I'm going to go back through and I'm going to hit every one of these leads. And I'm going to pray that I can help as many people, that these folk are home today. And yesterday was just a matter of doctor's appointments or whatever. I did find out that they had some kind of community fair yesterday. So maybe they were all at that fair. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But I am back out here today. And I am determined to help at least 3 to 5 more people today. And I am really focusing on checks. Anything post-dated till the 3rd of August is going to count for this month. I'm fine with that. But that's what I'm focusing on. I went ahead and this morning I ordered me another set of leads for the area that I normally work in Pennsylvania. And I will be back in Pittsburgh this evening, probably about 12 or 1 in the morning. I will be back up tomorrow morning, hitting the road to my area, my normal area, which is only 3 hours away. And I will be collecting me some checks tomorrow for sure. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. It's fun. I'm having a great time. I am getting uncomfortable. I am doing stuff that I never do. Well, every now and then, whenever I really need to get something, I will jump out on some people. And guys, I'm going to do that more often because I had fun. I was able to help some families and I loved on them and they were grateful. So hopefully this little message helps you guys out today. Go out and have fun. Open your mouth. So many people need us and we drive past them all the time. So I'll be back later in the next, I guess, 2 days with my end of the month update. Peace.